Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Liz. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys of the most common question that I probably get, and that is, do I regret moving from Boston, Massachusetts to San Antonio, Texas? So I get this question so much, so I thought I would make a whole video out of this telling you guys if I do regret moving from Boston, Massachusetts to Texas. First of all, I just wanted to explain to you guys, I have a lot of videos on here that I go into the pros and cons of living here in San Antonio, Texas. But just to be bluntly honest, I do not regret moving from out of state. I think it was a good change for us. I definitely have seen a lot of changes here in this new state, but I definitely don't regret it. It was definitely a change at the beginning, just getting used to the new state, like moving to Texas, just like how housing is, the rules that we have here. There's just, obviously there's going to be differences if you move out of state to another location. Definitely you're going to be probably feeling homesick. So I did feel homesick for a little bit, probably for like 2 weeks, but you get used to it. You get accustomed to the new location. So initially when I moved to San Antonio, Texas in 2023, I felt a little bit homesick just because it was just me and my husband. All the family were back home. It's not really terrible, honestly, because you could just pick up your phone, FaceTime them, and just do all of that, talk to them. So definitely not the worst. It's just like when it comes to holidays, you'll definitely feel it. Like, for example, Christmas, on Thanksgiving, you'll definitely feel it. You'll be like, wow, like it's really different just being like going from a big family to just me and my husband staying home and making a dinner for us. It's definitely going to be different, but I don't think it is impossible. It's not something that should take away from you moving out of state. You definitely could take a flight, visit your family. You could go, I don't know, like once, 2 times in a year, visit your family and just have that feeling of being home. So definitely, I don't regret it. The housing market here is huge. It's cheaper where I live. The job market is amazing. The food is different and I love it. There's so many good activities to do here. This is a big state, moving from the city, a place that's a little bit more quiet and just more relaxed. So if you guys have been thinking about moving out of state, somewhere else, and just probably like step back from your family, friends, and all of that, I would definitely recommend for you guys to do it. Even if it's for a year, just to give it a try and see if it's something that you will enjoy. It's hard at the beginning, but after a while, I'm about to have 2 years here in Texas. And definitely at the beginning it was hard, but now at the moment, I'm definitely more accustomed to Texas. I know how people are. I know like the groceries, like shopping. I'm getting more used to the area. The job market here in San Antonio, Texas is huge. There's so many job opportunities. Obviously, the pay is definitely lower here, so that's a big con, but not something that should be putting you guys back if you're moving to a state that has like a lower wage or anything like that, just because the cost of living is definitely going to be lower. Another thing that I love about here is just like the weather change. So moving from Boston, like the snow, the cold and all of that, definitely a big change. So if you're moving from more of like a cold area like Massachusetts, for example, to Texas, to a hotter area, definitely something that I recommend for people that prefer more like a tropical place like Florida, California, Texas. Definitely something that you will enjoy. For me, for example, I love just being in a hot state. I love wearing like dresses, shorts, and just so much variety that I could do with my outfits just because it's not cold 24/7. So this is a state that you can come, be focused, just kind of endorse yourself into something that you're passionate about. Moving to Texas have been a place of a lot of learning, a lot of just pulling back, because I know when I was in Boston, it was like really nosy. There's parties here and there. So definitely a place where I can just come home from work on myself, relax, and just think about my future, basically. So I'm already about to be 28 years old. I'm trying to work on my future. So I definitely want to put more work on myself, a place that I can just relax and focus, basically, because in Boston, like you guys know, I used to live right on the city. So it was loud, it was like parties everywhere. It was a lot of movements, cars. It was just like a lot of stuff going on. Here's a place that you can relax. It's quieter, you can focus more, be more productive. So I heard a lot of people are moving to Texas, and that's probably one of the main reasons, just so they can pull back from family and friends, because sometimes that could be a big distraction. I know it sounds kind of harsh saying that, but just being surrounded by family and friends, it could be a huge distraction on your future, just because you probably like are getting distracted, like people are inviting you to parties or stuff like that. You get to be in a state where you're probably by yourself or with whoever, your loved one or whoever you're with, and you can just come home, focus, work on yourself. So the cost of living here was definitely lower, so that helped me a lot in just like saving money, saving for the future, and just improving my life. So that's probably one of the big pros about living here. And like I mentioned before, the weather obviously is hotter. It's a hotter state. There's more things you can do, like for example, like water parks. You can go to the pool, you can go to the beach. There's so much more you can do here in Texas. Obviously, like if you're more of a city-like person, you're gonna enjoy Boston more. I'm somebody that's more pulled back and just quieter, so definitely I enjoy living here in San Antonio, Texas. I don't regret it at all moving from Boston to Texas. It was a big change, but I am pretty happy that I made that change. And yes, I was uncomfortable for like a whole month or so, but right now I feel like I pretty much have mastered or kind of know what Texas is all about. And if you guys are thinking about moving from one state to another, moving out of state, wherever, if you're going for school or for personal reasons, work, whatever, I am recommending for you guys to do it. Try it for a year. Even if you don't like it, you have the chance to go back. Like you don't have to, this doesn't have to be something permanent. You can move from one state to another. Just give it a try. Like you will never know. You will never know, like even hearing this video, you will never know your own experience unless you do it yourself. You just have to make the change. Yes, like I mentioned before, you're gonna feel uncomfortable for weeks probably, but after a while you'll be like, okay, maybe I like it, maybe I don't like it. And like I said before, it doesn't have to be permanent. You can move back to wherever you're from. And one thing I like about moving out of state is that now when I travel to Boston, it feels very special. Like for example, I'm going in a month. It just feels like such like a vacation spot now. Like I know I'm initially from Boston, Massachusetts, but when I travel, I feel like I want to take the train. I want to go out to eat. I just want to do like vacation-y kind of vibes, and I enjoy that. So if you're initially from somewhere, you're definitely going to enjoy like traveling, visiting your family. It's like a nice, different feeling you're going to get just because you're going from the place you're living now to another state, visiting your family. And visiting the family is going to feel more special just because you haven't seen them. Let's say for me, example, I haven't seen my family for a year. So definitely when I go visit them, it's going to feel more special. You're going to spend more time together with them and not something that's just like, you know, you see your family every day and all of that. So it's going to feel more special. So definitely a pro of living and moving out of state. One thing that's great about stepping back and just moving out of state is that it's gonna help you like reflect on your life. I feel like when I was in Boston, I was just super distracted. Being here, I feel like I reflect back, think about my life, how I can improve my life, and kind of like new projects I can work on myself. So Texas is a good place to work on new projects, work on the business and all of that, just because there's so many opportunities here. And I'm pretty sure you guys know the Southern hospitality people here are just nicer, friendlier, more like open to like helping you out. I know in Boston, we tend to be like more on the go, like you're in a rush and just over like working yourself. Here is a space where you can come back, you can ask people, they're super friendly, they help you out, and definitely a place where you can come and just enjoy yourself. And one thing that is kind of rare, but I enjoy, is just the kind of like wide area we have. Like for driving, for example, when you're driving, there's so much space everywhere. Like for parking, I know in Boston it's super hard to just like drive anywhere. Most of the things is like transportation, like taking the bus, the train and all of that. Here, you can go anywhere, you'll find parking everywhere. There's like parking everywhere, honestly, here. I know in Boston it's terrible to go like downtowners, for example. Here, there are parking lots everywhere. They're like super cheap. Like the parking lots, you can use the parking space app. There's so many apps you can use to get discounts and all of that. And there's so much street parking here that is actually so great. And I heard that H-E-B is top 5 grocery stores here in the United States. So definitely a great way for me to like do grocery shopping. There's so much stuff you can find there. And when I was back in Boston, Massachusetts, I used to go mostly at Stop and Shop and Market Basket. But there's so much stuff you can find at H-E-B. They have like prep meals. They have sushi, which I enjoy. I love sushi so much. They have so much stuff, like really affordable. Their bakery section is huge. So definitely a good pro to have here in Texas. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you're moving out of state, where you're moving from. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.